Okay. For a second, I thought I pressed the record button too fast and then it stopped, but we're good. So, good morning and happy Monday, folks. Let's get to my little Muhammad act of kindness. My low actually involves one of the NFL picks I made. Listen, I may be a Cowboys fan, but I've held no regard for my team this year, at all. I mean, yeah, it was great that we completely blew out the Browns and we beat the Steelers. And beating the Giants is always fun. But honestly, with every loss we got, things only kept getting worse and worse. So my point is, my low is that I'm rather conflicted. Because I'm happy that the Cowboys won. I didn't pick them to win yesterday. I really thought the Commanders had that in the bag. Spoiler alert for the NFL picks I made yesterday. And I will admit, it also sucks that there's no One Piece manga chapter this week, but it makes sense. Oda's actually having some health problems at the moment. And, I think it was Liam from the Grand Line Review / New World Review who put it best when he said, I think we're living in a topsy-turvy world. Because Ichiro Oda is sick, so he can't write One Piece. Meanwhile, Yoshihiro Togashi is writing Hunter x Hunter again. When normally it's the reverse. I mean, Hunter x Hunter is normally for hiatus, is known for its long hiatuses and stuff. And One Piece, on the other hand, is supposed to be every day. So, again, 2024 has been kind of a weird year. I wouldn't quite say bad. And I'll get into more of that when we get to December. I can't believe we're already almost at December. I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked. So, excuse me. I guess there's nothing left to do but to go over with my NFL picks, as well as make my new pick for today. Now, I was 0-1 going into Sunday. So, I do believe yesterday I did a pretty good job with getting things right. Okay, so, I was wrong about the Titans, so that's Owen. Oh, I never did a high night of kindness, did I? I'm sorry. My highest, I got to spend the day with my dad yesterday, and I got to see my brother, my wife, and my nephews yesterday also, as they were coming back from Connecticut. And my mom made it back home safely last night. She's probably at work right now, but the point is, she's home nice and safe. That's all that matters to me. And my act of kindness was... What was my act of kindness? Oh, again, I helped my family watch my nephews as they would run around and stuff. And I was trying to be accommodating for everyone when they arrived. So, yeah, it was a pretty good day. Now, let's go over my NFL picks. So I just said 0-2 because I was wrong about the Titans. I was right about the Vikings. Really, wasn't I? Wrong about the Cowboys. Right about the Dolphins and the Chiefs. So I'm already back up to 3-3. Hold on a minute. Okay, right about the Buccaneers, the Lions, the Broncos. So 6-3. We're on about the Seahawks. So that's 6-4. Right about the Packers and the Eagles. So 8-4. So with all that, my record after Sunday for this week is 8-4. Okay, we're good. Now, let me first of all double save. I also just realized this is the last yesterday was the last Sunday in November. Today's the last Monday in November. We're actually going to have a full 7-day week to close out the month of November 2024. It's pretty cool. But, okay. Ooh. Okay. This is actually a game where in the back of my mind I knew was eventually going to happen. I mean, listen, I pretty much look at the schedule as it comes out. The only team I even try and memorize on any given occasion is the Cowboys, and even then I don't know that schedule by heart. So, I'm going to take you guys a little bit, I'm going to take you guys on a little journey. Specifically back to 2013. Now, I hadn't quite started watching football like I do now yet. But, I'd watch a game here and there, and I always watched the Super Bowl whenever it was on. Now, for those of you who don't know, I went to Gettysburg College. And at Gettysburg College, there was this one place called the Attic. It was sort of a social gathering place for, students. Not that there was much to do there. Just, sit, have a few drinks, have fun. But, it was a place for the students by the students. With obviously some faculty, with obviously some college staff involved, because, some kids really are underage. Now, every year I went to the Attic to watch Super Bowl, because that's always where I watched Super Bowl, was at the Attic. The team I rooted for in the Super Bowl won. So for reference, I was at the Attic when Drew Brees and the Saints beat Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. I was there when Aaron Rodgers beat Ben Roethlisberger. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers and Ben Roethlisberger beat Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl. I was there for Giants-Patriots round 2, where Eli Manning and the Giants beat the New England Patriots. And then there was the last time I was there. 2013. So I went with 2010. So 2010, Chiefs, Saints and Colts. 2011, Packers and Steelers. 2012, Giants, Patriots. So 2013, the Super Bowl was between the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, it's crazy how things wind up going in terms of what's happened in the last well over 12 years now. But if you can believe it, the quarterbacks for that Super Bowl were Joe Flacco and Colin Kaepernick. And the bigger story, now, for those who don't know, Joe Flacco had been a quarterback for a little while, and he was good. But up until that point, he never could take it to the big one. He had to get by Tom Brady and the Patriots or Peyton Manning, and at that point, the Denver Broncos. Actually, were the Broncos the team then? Well, anyway. So, point is, Joe Flacco had played the most solid in those playoffs that year. And honestly, that's why I picked the Ravens to win that Super Bowl, which they did. It's funny when you stop to consider the fact that Colin Kaepernick was the quarterback for the 49ers. Considering what wound up happening. Yeah, I might get some hate for what I'm about to say, but honestly, I really don't think Kaepernick really believed even half the stuff of what he believed in. For those of you who don't know, Colin Kaepernick started taking knees, during the national anthem, which you're never ever supposed to do. Because I think it was supposed to, give respects to those who were suffering from police brutality or something. I forget off the top of my head. Or maybe it was police brutality towards people of different races because Colin Kaepernick was, I believe, half white, half black, I suppose. I think it was what it was. And for reference, at this point, when he did that, the 49ers were terrible. This is only a couple years removed from getting to that Super Bowl. And Colin Kaepernick, starts doing this because I'm convinced if he didn't, he would have become irrelevant. Which the 49ers as a team at that point really were starting to become was irrelevant. And if you want further vindication as to why I don't think he believed a word of what he was doing or saying, why didn't he take a knee during the Super Bowl? Because if he really believed that his entire life, he could have taken a knee when he made it to the Super Bowl. Because whether you like football or not, everyone watches the Super Bowl. I mean, that would have been the perfect time to do it. And then there was a controversy, he sued the NFL and won, but now he wants... Bro, you sued the very organization you want to play for. You're never going to see another down that field ever again. And no team worth their weight in salt is ever going to submit to that. Listen, it's harsh, but that's the reality of the situation. It is. I mean, for reference, I thought Colin Kaepernick was pretty good back when he was playing. I mean, to be perfectly honest, my quarterback was Tony Romo, so virtually any quarterback would have been great at that point. So, yeah. Honestly, with Colin Kaepernick, it's not just it's basically a what could have been story. Or, frankly, what should have been. But, alas. If you can believe it, though, the story I can't believe I went on a tangent. So, the big story from that Super Bowl, the one I mentioned between the Ravens and the 49ers, was for the fact that it was the first Super Bowl where both of the head coaches were brothers. That's right, siblings. Right. I said brothers what if that was a bad thing? I was trying to do what Doug Walker, a.k.a. the Nostalgia Critic, did in his Old versus New, 10 Commandments versus Prince of Egypt, where it's brothers? Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, so yes. Now the Baltimore Ravens head coach was, and still is, John Harbaugh. However, at the time, the coach of the 49ers was his brother, Jim Harbaugh. And after that Super Bowl, the 49ers organization fell apart, as I mentioned earlier, and Jim Harbaugh went to coach at Michigan. It took a long time, but Michigan finally won a national championship under Jim Harbaugh's coaching. However, there was some sort of legal controversy or something like that, so he left, and now he's the coach of the Chargers, which brings us to tonight's game. So I do believe this is the first football game, NFL game, that both Harbaughs are coaching against each other since that Super Bowl, all those years ago. I can't believe it's been over 11 years since that happened. Can you believe that? Here's the thing. Gosh. Hold on, what's the playoff stand? What's the NFL playoff thing looking like? Because quite literally, they both have the exact same record. Well, keep in mind the Chargers had a bye, so they're 7-3, where the Ravens are 7-4. So okay. So I'm looking at the playoff picture right now, and both the Chargers and the Ravens are the 5 and 6 seeds respectively. If right now, currently, both the Chargers and the Ravens are averaging a 92.5% chance right now for making the playoffs, and if they both win, they're both going to be at an average of 98%. If either one of them wins, they'll be at a 98% chance, on average, of making the playoffs. However, if the Chargers win, they will remain the 5 seed. Basically, right now, this game will determine who the 5 and 6 seeds are. Hold on, who's at home, who's away? Right, the Ravens are at the Chargers. Okay. Here's the thing, if the Ravens lose, they're still the 6th seed, and they have a 91% chance of making the playoffs. 91, pretty good. If the Chargers lose, they have an 86% chance. Right now, the Chargers actually have a farther way to go. Wait, what? Oh, right, because the Broncos are the 7th seed. Okay. That's probably what it is. You know, I have to marvel at one thing. For as great as the Chargers have been playing this year, they've kind of been flying under everybody's radar. Like, I hardly hear anyone talk about the Chargers. I hardly hear anyone talk about the impact that Jim Harbaugh has had on the team. I've hardly heard anyone talk about how great Kyle Herbert's playing with the rest of the team. Or the defense. I'm hearing nothing about the Chargers. I genuinely think that because of what happened in that Super Bowl and the fact that Jim Harbaugh is a rather controversial person, whether you like him or not, I think everyone's seeing the Chargers as underdogs. Yeah. Actually, hold on. Before I make my pick, did I double save my thing? Okay, I did. All right. For a second, wait, did I double save? Oh, no. Okay. You know what? I think my pick can be summed up with the following. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. I'm picking the Chargers. I hope you like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video for all you guys watching the show today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to me, be care to let me know what's back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.